from earlier classes you were knowing about photosynthesis and especially photosynthesis in higher plants. So, what is that? So, photosynthesis is what? This is the process by which plant makes their food, right? Makes their food with the help of first inorganic sources, CO2 and H2O, in the presence of sunlight. Yeah. And there is a machinery, एक machinery होगा which trap the sunlight, so called chlorophyll. Present in green parts. Okay. And you write a very familiar equation, CO2 plus H2O, and here you put the energy, sunlight energy, yes, sunlight. And then for the trapping sunlight there must be a machine, that's called chlorophyll. And what is a product? So, a product is glucose C6H12O6 plus 6O2. It is one of the equation you are getting. So, it is balanced or not? So, let me balance it is. So, in this side 6 carbon, this side 6 carbon, this side 12 hydrogen, this side 12 hydrogen, and this type in LHS 12 and 6, 18 oxygen, and here also 18 oxygen. It is balanced. But in this equation, although the equation is right, no matter, although the equation is right it is, but it has a lack of information. Lack of information. And what is that information? So, that was a very mystery in the history of this while the people were engaging how the photosynthesis works. So, in that journey it's a very typical task for the scientist that what is the source of oxygen? Oxygen, there is yes 6O2, and we know that from a reaction, from a chemical reaction, from chemistry, that nothing is created, nothing is destroyed. So, whatever present here, that is going there. So, the source of oxygen is what? Because oxygen is available at the two sites. One is at water and one is at CO2. So what is the site of this, what is the जो ऑक्सीजन निकल रहा है उसका origin कहाँ से है, ये वाटर से आ रहा है या CO2 से आ रहा है? That was the question, isn't it? And this was answered by Carlenius von Neil. Maybe I writing the wrong spelling, but that doesn't matter anything. And he proved that the source of oxygen is from water. It is not from CO2. And if source of oxygen is from water, then this equation has a problem. This equation itself has nothing any problems, okay. But to getting the information from where this oxygen has coming, then this equation is not sufficient, okay. Because if oxygen of water is involved, oxygen of water is responsible for releasing the oxygen here, then it has 6 oxygen and it has 12 oxygen. So how this? Because nothing is coming from anywhere, everything is coming from here. So if all the oxygen is coming from here, then there is only 6 oxygen here, then it is 12 oxygen. How? Right? So sir, what happened? Let me see. I will do that. So okay, now 6 oxygen, 6 oxygen, but again there is problem. This time we are not getting the balance equation, and your equation should be the balance. Get it? If you are trying to getting that, okay, I will make it 3O2, it will give 6 oxygen, and here also the 6 oxygen, but this time your equation is not balanced. So for earlier classes, for class 6 or class 7, this equation is sufficient. You write, I will give the whole marks, because I am not much interested from where the oxygen is coming, doesn't it? The student, the children at that in 6 or 7 classes, you are not very much keen to, they only know, yes, oxygen is releasing, and oxygen is oxygen is the product. So where from it is coming, that doesn't matter for them, but for class 10 or class 9, it has a matter from where this oxygen is coming, and then this equation is not sufficient. So I have to change the equation now, isn't it? And the equation is what? So in class 10 in NCERT, it is written like that. Okay, this is good, 6 CO2, and here it is 12 H2O, right? And again here it is sunlight, and here it is chlorophyll, again, yeah, C6 H12O6, okay, and then okay, it is 6 O2 is again, but here is 6 H2O. So this is the correct equation. Now you get it has 12 oxygen. It has 12 oxygen. Okay. Balance? Yeah, balance. Okay. It is balance, fully balanced. So if you are interested from where these oxygen is coming, then this equation will tell you the whole story. But I am writing this equation to not telling you the whole story, justify you, isn't it? This happens means in LHS side there is also hydrogen, water. In RHS side is also water. It means this water is different from this water. I mean this water is formed during the reaction. I am not writing just for convenience कि मैं इसको बना देता हूँ, उसके लिए नहीं. This reaction happen, it actually happens. What I mean कि मैं ये तो बड़ी पक्की धारणा थी कि हाँ ऑक्सीजन से ही, वाटर से ही ऑक्सीजन निकलेगा, लेकिन I am writing the equation in this way not to justify कि that oxygen is 12 oxygen there, so 12 oxygen there. So I am not only just justifying you, it is the product. So H2O is a part of reactant and H2O is a part of reactant and H2O is a part of product also. So this H2O is forming during the reaction and this H2O is releasing, this H2O is used during the reactions. Now I can come from this equation to this equation very nicely, because take out this RHS from that side. So now take 6CO2, 12H2O में 6 minus करें, it is the same and you get the same what you have heard and what you have written in class 6 and 7, the same equation. This equation is not different from this, but it has a lacking. It has a lacking means there is two lacking. One lacking is what? Ki no water is formed. That one lack. Another lack ki this oxygen is not only coming from water, but it also coming from the CO2, or maybe it coming from whole as a CO2. But it is experimentally verified that oxygen coming from the water, and if it is coming from water then it is 6 oxygen and you are getting here 12. So there is two lacking here, two information get lacking here in this equation. But for class 6 and 7 it is valid. They are knowing only the product, doesn't it? Take. And so this is the beauty which is not explained by the teachers generally, the beauty of the equation. And here is one more, I am writing equation once again, but one more question remains hidden now. How Carlenius won nil knowing that? How he was so confident that yes, this water is a part of this oxygen, this oxygen is part of from here, not from here. It may be from here, it may be from here, it may be half from here, half from here. How he was so confident? So for that he used the radioisotopes technique, and at that time isotopes were discovered, and it is just the work of in World War II. The whole country and the whole world was busy in World War, and using the radioisotopes as a weapons he was using in experiment, and that was oxygen 18. So 3 types of oxygen we have available. Okay. Isotopes you knowing very well, oxygen 16, oxygen 17, oxygen 18, right? Yeah, this is 8. So it is rather it is very not present in very huge amount. It is slightly present in traces amount there. Then it uses, and what he labeled, there was technique to label. Why not use heavy hydrogen, heavy oxygen? Heavy oxygen means mass इसकी ज़्यादा होगी. So he was watching what he was using 6CO2 and he just labeling this oxygen as a 18 and this oxygen remain not labeling, है ना. सो दो जगह साइड थे ऑक्सीजन के, तो एक जगह के साइड को पूरा लेवल कर दिया. अब ये वाला ऑक्सीजन अब इन्होंने जब प्रोडक्ट बनाया, इनके फोटोसिंथेसिस देखे, है ना. सो अगेन यस द सेम प्रोडक्ट वाज देयर, ओके, but yes 6O2 I will 6CO2 not I will use 12H2O rather, है ना, 6O2 or 6H2O. So the beauty is that here the oxygen was 18 what? 18 leveling isotopes, and from here he confirmed that yes, if this is oxygen 18 and this coming from where? So this oxygen is coming from water.